it on film, Dan. Waiting on eggs.
All right, everybody. So it is Saturday morning. We are in main camp. You can see we've got a lot of stuff going on. Everybody's having breakfast. I have the pleasure of standing here with Bob Sweeney, and you are is it the president?
I'm the president of Jeepers Jamboree, yes. Like Chris is saying, this is our 70th anniversary, and if you see it here in the back, everybody's in line after a good Friday night, having a good time. Now they're getting breakfast to get ready for today.
Right. But this, more than just being like an event this weekend, the Jeepers Jamboree has some serious heritage. It's got pedigree. What happened back 70 years ago?
70 years ago, there was a group of about 22 guys said, we need to bring revenue into our community. What can we do? Well, let's take these Jeeps off our ranches, off the orchards and everything. Let's go run the Rubicon. So in 1952, they got together, they did it. They went, wow, that worked really well. We brought some new people here into town. How about we make a business out of this? So in 1953, 70 years ago, Jeepers Jamboree started. And they brought in, the first year was 110 vehicles. Chris, wow. I have 500 vehicles in here today, so times really changed, man.
Just think about it. This was 1953. So when you say you had 110 vehicles
110.
This were not YJs and JLs. These were Willys.
Willys, yeah, nothing compared to what we have today. They were all on little skinny, short tires, stock. Today we got 40-inch tires, 37-inch tires, lockers, good axles. You're built to do it. The Rubicon has made our industry develop their parts today and made a lot more jobs for people. So you can come in here and enjoy this place.
So you mentioned a fundraiser, like bringing business into the community.
Georgetown Rotary is one of our largest old time. They helped us in 1952 develop Jeepers Jamboree. They are still out here supporting Jeepers Jamboree. All the proceeds from the Rotarians to the American Legions and the Native Sons, that all goes to scholarships for kids. Last year, we were able to give 49 scholarships by putting this trip on. 49 kids got help to go to school. That's our future. That is beautiful. American Legion, they have 64 people in here this weekend. They're cooking 3 meals a day for all my participants. They have 11 people working at the bar serving beautiful cocktails and a soft water if you need it.
Good. You got the best bar staff in the entire Rubicon area, I tell you that. So
Rubicon area. I don't know of any other bar down here.
Man, I gotta tell you guys, standing here right now, looking out, this is awesome. First off, I want you guys all to say, Happy 70th.
Well, I talked to some of the folks behind the bar, and I know your family's been involved. Most of you guys are not 70 years old yet. So, we've got like multiple generations. Tell us about that.
I have 7 generations that are out here. Started back with my great-great-grandfather signing a declaration to make the Rubicon a county road. That's where it started. And then my grandfather, he was in the first 20 developing it. Then my father, now myself, and my son and my grandson. So it's really cool.
That's amazing. 7 generations.
Yeah.
Well, that might be a whole nother discussion on how it became a county road or an unmaintained county road. But that's amazing. So you got major heritage going back, not just with the event, but it's a family. It's a family that puts us together.
We're all family out here. Last night I was up on the stage and I looked out and I asked people to raise their hands of newbies. It was a quarter of my crowd. It was beautiful. And I welcomed them to our family. Off-road is a really unique group of people. You have to be able to come out here disconnected from everything and enjoy this beautiful thing. You become a family. You are going to meet that person next to you, guaranteed.
Happy birthday to you.
So you mentioned you got how many vehicles in this weekend, and how has the event gone so far?
So I believe we sold out in a week and a half this year, and my sellout is 500 vehicles. Unfortunately, I've had some cancellation and we reached over to our waiting list. So I should be right about 500 vehicles in here this weekend.
And how many people?
How many people tonight? We are going to burn 1,600 steaks. Our steaks here, they look like a ribeye, but they are a New York cut. Beautiful steaks.
And I can tell you guys, if you ever come to Jamboree, you will not go hungry. Like, all we brought was a cooler with a few drinks and a couple snacks, you know, just in case. I mean, that's one of the awesome things about Jeepers Jamboree.
That's the only thing you need to pack when you come to us. You know, we have trail guides, we have mechanics, we have cooks like we just talked about. I have camp crews that keep the toilets clean for everybody. Anybody can come run the Rubicon anytime they want. But if you want to be treated like a rock star, you better come on Jeepers Jamboree, I got to tell you.
And that was kind of going to be one of my next questions. What do you want to tell somebody that, or say to somebody that hasn't been on Jamboree, that maybe hasn't been on the Rubicon, coming from another part of the country or the world?
You're missing out, boy. So you talk the world. I have a couple gentlemen here from Norway, and they came a few years ago, and they brought their own Jeeps over. Well, this year with everything been going on, they couldn't ship their Jeep over, so I loaned them one of my Jeeps. So there's always a will and a way to get you out here. Give us a call. I want to show you my backyard. It's beautiful, beautiful.
Well, Bob, I appreciate your time, man, as always.
No, Chris, I thank you. You know, it's great to see you always on our trip. You and I have been friends for a long time. Like I said earlier in one of them ones, he started in a brown truck, and now he's in a beautiful old red Jeep.
I think they've heard that story that I was the UPS guy in Georgetown.
Yeah. But it's always good to see you out here, Chris. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you for having us.
And folks, sign up. I open my sales up November 1st, and I will sell out. So sign up. JeepersJamboree.com.
Man, you guys rock. You guys rock.
What are you doing up here?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Facilitating the use of the trail.
Are we using it properly?
You appear to be. You're not stuck or broke. Now, our job is to continue the flow. What happens when people break like that or whatnot? We were 75 deep. We were stuck this morning. You can't get around them. Our job as rock rollers are to keep everybody moving.
Keep them rolling.
Keep them rolling, best we can, and do minor repairs to the best of our ability. If it's outside of our ability, we call the mechanics and have them work on it like they're doing on that blue rig right now.
So we have a couple times mentioned Rubicon Trail Foundation, Friends of the Rubicon, El Dorado County, OHV Commission, and Green Sticker grants. Well, they've done a lot of work on the Rubicon over the years. Big kudos to everybody that's been involved. One of the things that was a challenge for this trail was sanitation. A lot of little white flowers everywhere, but not anymore, because now we've got a whole bunch of these little pit toilets. Hey, there's Liam. Yeah, he's gonna be the Vanna White modeling the pit toilet. And if you're Arnold and you have an Arnold's Rock, you also have Arnold's Rock facilities over here. Nice bathroom. So pretty cool thing about the Rubicon, they've just done tons of upgrades over the years on the trail, infrastructure wise, and that is one of them. Potties along the trail. I know the ladies are gonna love it. So we are at Buck Island Mechanics Camp with Dustin Chernal. Dustin, tell us what happens down here.
We pretty much fix whatever can't get fixed out in the trail from here to Loon. It gets drug into here and we repair it so they can make it into the springs.
So what are some of the interesting, more technical fixes that you've had to do, at least today?
Today has been relatively simple as far as electrical wiring issues, carburation, fueling issues, and a couple, U-joint breakages, driveline repairs. We had to weld one differential yoke back together. As vehicles have been evolving, the repairs have definitely been getting a little bit easier. We're seeing a lot less of the flat fender Jeep era coming through and the older CJs. So,
like the one we're driving?
Yeah.
Dustin, how long have you been one of the mechanics?
I think this is my 16th or 17th year, if I remember correctly.
So, got some serious tenure. You guys don't charge anything to fix somebody's Jeep.
Nah, we're just on a donation system.
Yeah, so. Donation system, and you got a good supply of parts down at main camp.
Yeah, main camp, and then we, Scott from Metal Cloak brings in some parts and driveline components and stuff like that. I bring in some stuff, and amongst all the other crew, we all bring in whatever we think is normally going to break for the year. And then if not, we try to radio into main camp, and then they bring it over, be a parts runner, and then get them repaired.
But it's changed a little bit. They used to use a helicopter to run parts back and forth.
Yeah, now they're using trials bikes.
And now they use trials bikes. So
Yeah.
a little bit tougher when you're like flying on a trials bike with a differential in your backpack.
Yeah, definitely. But we've welded plenty of those back together through the years.
So this is Buck Island Mechanic Camp, and with Dustin. Always a pleasure to come up and to see all of the work that you guys do on everybody's cars. I mean, it's just like I think it gives a peace of mind to a lot of people that aren't really mechanically inclined, and it keeps bringing them back. And you guys do it usually with a smile on your face.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, everybody comes in; they're always happy to get help.
Yeah.
We're always happy to help them. So it's kind of an even trade.
Awesome. Hey, everybody, we're in main camp. And a lot of stuff going on behind us, but I just happened to run into a good friend of mine, Roger Salazar.
How you doing, Chris? How's it going? Everything good?
It's great, yeah.
This is always a blast whenever you come out and see this many people enjoying themselves, enjoying the Rubicon Trail, enjoying nature, having fun with each other, listening to great music, having great food. It's just a blast.
Right. And Roger, you've got kind of a special place in the OHV community, and maybe you could share that with everybody.
Yeah, I'm a commissioner for the California Off-Highway Motor Vehicle Recreation Commission. One of the things that we do at the MVR division is provide grant funds for a lot of different projects. We have off-road parks all across the state of California. But in addition to that, we provide resources like the bathrooms that were built here on the Rubicon were used with OHV funds were used for that. A lot of the work that gets done to maintain the road sometimes is used with OHV grant funding as well. So that's one of the things I'm proud of that the OHMVR does is provide resources to help a lot of different groups like the Rubicon Trail Foundation and others keep this trail up so that people can use it for years to come.
Well, tell us about your Jeeping background, Roger.
Yeah, well, I've been Jeeping with my family ever since I was a little kid. There's been a Jeep in the Salazar family since 1948, at least, continuously. We've run all these trails all over California. My dad brought me to the Rubicon Trail in the mid '80s, and I've just loved this place ever since.
Roger comes from the enthusiast background. I think that's really super important.
Yeah, and I think it's good to have commissioners on the OHMVR commission who represent the user and not only just understand what's going on, but actually go out and do these things, go out and run the trails, so that you have an understanding of what the user is facing. The people who are out here, trying to get to enjoy themselves, to recreate. I want to bring sort of their viewpoint to the commission so that we can make the right decisions.
Yeah. And really, that's the future of OHV is actually people like you being out here doing it.
Yeah, and trying to expand it as much as we can, prevent it from ever being closed. There are opportunities in the state. We are looking at new potential off-road parks and trying to maintain the ones that we have right now. So there's a lot of work, and there's a balance that has to be struck between environmentalism and recreational usage. I happen to think that the off-road enthusiast is probably some of the best conservationists that are out there. They practice tread lightly, pack in, pack out, leave no trace, all sorts of things that they do to maintain the trails so that their kids can use it and their grandkids can use it.
Yeah, but we definitely have seen a lot of that this weekend up on the Rubicon. So yeah, appreciate your time, Roger. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is just a blast. If you've ever wanted to come out to the Rubicon, don't be afraid of it. When you come to an event like a Jeepers Jamboree, they have excellent spotters that'll guide you through. If you're nervous about it, they'll get you through, and it'll boost your confidence, and you'll be able to tackle the trail on your own.
That's awesome. Cool. Thanks, Roger. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Chris.
All right.
Bye.
All right, guys, so we made it over to the bar. Brother Al, you run the bar, right?
I run the bar.
I'm
the
Amos Bar.
Yeah, Amos's bar.
So it's Amos's bar,
Yeah.
but it's been here for more than a couple years. We want to tell everybody about the Rubicon Springs Bar.
Yes. Yeah, it's over 6 years old in terms of Ray Amos Miller. That's who the bar's named after, and he was here. He ran the bar for 31 years. So he had a nice little run, 1957 to 1988 was his little run. And there hasn't been very many crews since then. So I think there's probably been about 4 crews. I took over from Rob Keats and Patrick Hodgson, and I kind of just took the reins. Everybody kind of does their 10, 15-year run. and you kind of get burnt out. You stay on the cook crew, and you just kind of pass the baton.
But you've got, we were talking about passing the baton though, you've got like multiple generations working the bar.
Absolutely have multiple generations. We primarily are the newbies. So I'm 7 years in and managing the bar in my second year. So I'm kind of the newbie, but we have Lindsay in here, DeWolf, and she's got 25 years and she's still a young lady.
That Dan's daughter?
Yeah, Dan's daughter. So she's kind of our OG bartender. So she, and aside from that, we're still pretty, we're still rookie-ish, our generation of bartenders, and we're trying to bring the youth in. I'm not the youngster around here, but I'm the senior man on the bar.
You got to keep passing that torch.
I'm passing.
I mean, that's the thing about Jamboree is like you've got so many generations of family working this. Local family, Georgetown, Placerville.
Absolutely. And I once you're in with this family, you never want to leave.
Right.
And I live in Pollock Pines, so I'm a local, and I have a lot of pride for the Rubicon Trail, and especially this family. Especially the cook crew and the Jeepers Jamboree family. It's once you're in, you're in. You kind of like live it out. You live it out. I hate to say it, but you die with this family. You run hard. Everybody goes into their 80s. You don't leave.
So tell us, there's on the sign on the top of the bar, Amos's Bar.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of dates going back to 57.
So we had Ray Amos Miller, 1957 to 1988, 1989 to 2004. We had George and Dave Vestal running the bar. And then 2005 to 2010, we had Brian Huser. And then Rob Keats and Patrick Hodgson took over in 2011 and ran the bar till 2019.
So how do you get all of this stuff? They serve drinks like for 4 days to 1,500 people.
Yeah, we do Thursday dinner to Sunday morning Bloody Marys, and then we wrap it up.
So what does that look like? How many cases of beer do you bring in? And you got to bring this in by trailer,
we
like
do.
the kitchen
We
crew,
bring it in
right?
with our military trailers, and we bring 3,000 pounds of ice in. We bring it down Cadillac Trail, which is very challenging. And then we bring 150 cases of beer, 100 cases of booze, and we blow right through it. Boy, I'll tell you, we go through it. We got to take care of this family here. I'll tell you.
And if you guys haven't been to Jamboree, again, we're going to say you just got to show up. You got to be here. Put it on your bucket list.
Yeah, it's a great time. I mean, once you come here, it's tough to not want to come back. I'll tell you, it is a good time, especially if you like to wheel, because you got to wheel in here and you got to wheel out. And I'll tell you, our favorite thing for everybody out here: no internet, no cell phone service. We don't have iPads, we don't have computers, so it's just like the old days. It's just like the guys in 1957 and 1953. There was that's the beauty of this event. It's very OG. It's just how it used to be, just like the good old days. Yeah. There's no technology out here. It's just us and the wonderful springs. Come on out in the future. We'd love to have everybody out here.
Thank you very much, Chris. What he said is very true. It's a lot of family.
First beer of the day. Red. Hey, Mexican red. What's your name? Kelsey's going to be our bartender for the next couple of days. So, all right, cheers.